Welcome to this week's edition of Fairfield Focus. I've asked some of my friends from Fairfield Soil and Water to be a part of our weekly update from the Extension Office and also a part of 88.9 WLRY. Christina Holt with me, and I have Tommy Springer with me, both from Soil and Water, just down the hall in the Fairfield County Ag Center. Okay, kids, it's tree season time.
It is.
It is. So, Tommy,
yes.
Tell me something. This is an annual event?
It's an annual event. Chris pulled up the numbers. I think we've been running the tree sale since 1967, I believe.
53 years. This will be the 53rd
Have you been in charge the whole time?
No.
You have not?
24 years.
24 years.
24 years.
Were you even born when they started doing this?
No.
See, that's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. I've known her since she was this high. So anyway, tell me, why, why do you think this has lasted this long in Fairfield County?
Well, I mean, it's, and it's evolved over the years too. So the trees that we're selling today aren't the same trees that we probably sold in year one. And it's a great, it's kind of a great avenue for people to kind of reach out. They're buying local.
Okay.
And they're buying the trees that are native to the landscape. And I don't know anybody out there that doesn't appreciate a tree.
I don't, yeah, because that's building for the next generation.
It is. And we hear stories of my mother or my grandmother bought a tree here, and now here's a picture of me next to this tree 40 years later.
Yeah.
That's a towering example of a tree in their yard.
Right.
And now they're coming back, they're continuing that tradition.
They're wanting to do that tradition.
Yeah.
So it is kind of a tradition. So so even though the sale is going on now,
yes,
it's not like they can come in here in 2 weeks and pick up these trees and start to plant. It's really too early.
Right. Well, and this is an order in advance type thing.
Okay.
The delivery date for tree pickup will be April 17th.
Okay.
So that the cutoff to actually order the trees is March 17th. So there's a process time. So there's a month gap between when you order and when you plant. But also, now right now is a difficult time to plant. The ground, well, I would say the ground's usually frozen this time of year.
Exactly.
Currently, as we're recording this, it is not. But typically, you don't want that shock of those trees being raised in a nursery with fluffy soils.
So you guys really do this to really try to ensure for success when those trees are planted. You take the orders now, and then you don't pass them out, or they're not picked up until it's really almost the optimal time to be planted.
Correct. Yeah, that spring is optimal planting season.
Yeah.
There's another one that comes up in the fall, but spring is really ideal. The old saying, April showers. Any time when you're planting trees, water is the most important thing.
Yeah.
So you're kind of getting the benefit of Mother Nature's watering system with the rainfall in the spring, but also you have to be diligent on watering trees.
Yes.
Once you plant them, that's the biggest thing. And I get questions: should I fertilize them? No, you don't fertilize trees. Watering is the key.
Yeah.
Watering is the key, and so by planting in April, we're kind of boosting that for maybe the forgetful that forget they planted trees out there and forgot to water them, and we're hoping that nature helps out a little bit.
Well, let's just hope with these wacky winter weather, we don't have snow in April.
Yes.
Let's just throw that out there, because I don't think the groundhog was right. Do you? I don't think that groundhog.
I don't believe the weathermen on TV, let alone the weather groundhog on TV. So
okay.
So no, I hope that everybody's incorrect. I hope that we have a decent normal spring, whatever the normal
Let's
is.
Let's just lay it out there the way you really feel about it, Tommy. Oh my gosh. Well, here's the thing, listeners. I hope you really understand. We all have a good time in this building together. And for the first time on our radio show, we have Christina Holt, kind of dragging and kicking to be down here with us. Weren't you, Chris?
It's all good.
It's all good. It's all good. So let me ask you this. How many years have you been with Fairfield Soil and Water?
I have been with them for 24 years.
Are you the longest standing employee down there?
I am currently the longest standing employee.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like you grew up there.
I did. I started right out of college.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me ask you this. I know, like, we have the tree sale brochure out. I know the cutoff date is not until March 17th. But tell our listeners why it's really important not to procrastinate on this because of availabilities, correct?
Yes, we partner with Licking Soil and Water, who also partners with multiple other districts. So when the orders are put out there, it's kind of a first come, first serve. So once a tree is sold out, it becomes unavailable at that point.
So then there's no more restocking of that particular variety.
If they can't get any more, then they tell us it's no longer sold.
Okay.
So we have to scratch that off the list. So the earlier you get your orders in, the better chance of getting the tree that you want.
Okay, wow. So as you've worked with this over the past 24 years, have you seen varieties change or?
We have changed dramatically from when I first started here. We used to sell crown vetch, we used to sell English ivy, we sold a lot of the plants that you now probably consider invasive.
Yeah.
And they got some new staff up at the Licking Soil and Water office, and they have gone to all native trees.
Okay.
So everything on our list is a native tree.
Okay.
So there should be no invasives on that order form.
Well, you know, here's what I'm looking here. You know, a white flowering dogwood, a pack of 5 is $10. Is that correct?
Yes.
Well, you know, those are pricey trees in a greenhouse setting.
Yes.
So those would be kind of the ones I think you would be wondering, I better get in there and get that ordered right away. You know, because they're gonna run out of
Yeah,
those.
and there are a few varieties we see annually sell out quickly.
Well, I would think the Ohio Buckeye.
Ohio
Yes.
Buckeye is a very
That is
common
another
one.
one.
Yeah.
And some of the ones we you know, each year we add new ones and subtract.
Okay.
But like American Plum
Yeah.
is one that's it might have been on the sale last year, but that was one I think sold out pretty quickly. This year the Washington Hawthorn is a new addition.
Exactly.
So again, those new trees for repeat customers, it piques their interest a little bit,
Okay.
and those tend to be the ones that get a little bit higher demand. You know, things like white pine and white oak are on there every year,
Right.
and a lot of people have already bought their trees if they're going to buy those.
Right.
Plus, those are pretty easily propagated
Sure.
trees, so we'll have people that order several hundred of those. They, you know, the packs,
Really?
they come in 5 packs, 25 packs, and 100 packs, and we have
But,
people
okay,
that
so
order
there's
several hundred.
people that are ordering like 200 trees.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys think they all get planted, or what? Do you have any idea what they're doing with those trees?
Some of them are for some of the federal programs, like
Really?
EQIP or CRP. They'll buy these trees to add to their
maybe
conservation
add a
plantings.
windbreak or
Mhm.
or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yep.
Is that why they're doing it? Okay, wow. So there's a lot of different things that you can buy. Do you have a personal favorite, Tommy, on here?
Redbud is always a
I said,
good.
do you have a personal?
Well,
favorite?
my personal, I have red buds at home that I am proud of. That
Okay.
I bought through our tree sale, and I was actually out pruning those this week.
I just want to
advantage.
see if you can really grow what you're selling
The,
here, my
the, the
friend.
red buds and the Ohio Buckeye, I've had great success with.
Yes.
Too.
Do you really?
Yeah.
How long have you had your redbuds?
I bought them in 2015, so they're 5 years old,
And how
and
tall are they?
they're over 10 feet tall
Are
already.
you kidding? When did you get yours?
Just 3 years ago, and they're still, you know.
Yeah, but do you enjoy them?
Yeah, other than mowing around them.
Other than mowing around them. Okay, which brings up another really good point. You on this list, there are other things.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm kind of, I think I understand why they're there, but I want to be sure our listeners understand. Like this pack of like 100 flags, is that right? Marking
Yeah,
flags?
it's the marking flags. It's similar to the ones you may see that utility companies mark, you know, gas lines or whatever. We have an assortment of colors available in our
Okay.
office. They are available on the day of pickup. You don't order the flags in advance.
Okay.
So on that April 17th, when you come to pick up your trees,
Okay.
we'll have the flags lined up there, and you
So-
can pick
so
out what color.
Why would you offer those, Chris?
We get a lot of people that plant them in areas where the mower will get them, and it's a way of marking
Just
them.
marking where they are.
Yes,
Yeah,
marking where they're at.
and that's a question we get. People that may be new to this tree sale, and they ask if they need to bring a pickup truck to pick up their trees.
Yeah, we do get that a lot.
And you know, for those of you listening at home, I have examples of about the size that we sell, and these are what we call bare root seedlings.
Yeah,
And these trees are only 1 to 2 years old.
right.
The roots are exposed, so they're not in pots or buckets. So a bundle of 100 you can fit in a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah, so basically, I've seen people walk out of here with just grocery bags.
Yes.
Yeah, and we do, that's kind of how we organize the orders. We provide the grocery bags, reuse the plastic grocery bags, and we'll bundle your order up, and you can take it with you. Now, if you have a car interior that you're concerned with getting a little dirt on it, you may bring your own bucket to stick the bags down in.
Okay.
Because these roots are bare rooted, but they put a little bit of moisture, some
Around
silica
them, yeah.
gel to hold the moisture on those
Absolutely.
roots, and some of that stuff can leak out of the packages. So we
Okay.
encourage you, if you're concerned about the interior of your vehicle, bring a bucket, bring a
Okay.
sturdier
Yeah,
bag,
right.
because everybody knows Meyer and Kroger sacks tend
Yeah.
to rip and
Right.
different
Sure,
things. So, but
sure.
these are small seedlings. We started last year, and if you look at the order form, there is an option on certain species to get a sapling size, which is 3 to 4 feet. It's a single tree. They're a little bit pricier.
Okay, I see. So
Excuse
the
me.
red bud, I could get a sapling size.
Yes,
Yes.
and they say 3 to 4 feet, but you're still only talking about the diameter of your thumb. Not a huge.
Oh my gosh, a
Tree.
river birch. I can get a sapling of a river birch?
Mhm. And I believe the river birch is new this year.
I believe it is too.
So that would be one, if you're listening or you're watching and you're interested in river birch, get that order in
I
soon.
know, because that there are this tree particularly, I don't know, do you ever plant trees just for like exfoliating bark and just really pretty winter bark?
Well, and that's, some of these are
Probably
planted
not.
just for aesthetics.
Yeah.
I don't have any river birch at home.
Yeah.
And as the name implies, that's one thing that we will go over site selection
Yeah.
for your trees.
Mhm.
River birch like it wet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you have a dry, gravelly area, probably not the best place
Yeah.
to be planting
But
river
man,
birch.
these are like the coolest
They
trees.
are really neat.
They're really neat trees, absolutely. And then the tulip tree, you can get a sapling of that, the plum and the red bud. Wow. Gosh, I didn't realize, Tommy, that there was a sapling size.
Yeah, and that was new last year. Last year was the first year we started offering that.
Okay.
And we had a fair number of those ordered.
So,
Do you have many people take advantage of that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Chris, let me ask you this, and not without, like any soil and water secrets being divulged here. How many customers do you have roughly for this sale?
I believe last year we had around 130, 140 customers.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And they just, all shapes and sizes of orders, I would
Yep.
assume.
Yep, you
Yeah.
get the 1 or 2 packets, and then you get some that order hundreds
Yeah.
Yeah.
of trees.
And then I see down here wildflower seeds.
Yes,
Are those popular?
they are. I
Really?
think people like to plant areas that they don't know what else to do with, so they throw some wildflower seeds in there.
Mm-hmm. And got perennials, grasses, and
Yep.
showy annuals. Perfect. Okay. And those, now let me ask you, those get ordered on the order form
Yes,
as well?
they do.
Okay. The other question I have is, it's a check only deal.
And there is an option to do credit card orders through our partner Licking Soil and Water
Okay.
at lickingswcd.com.
Okay. But you're not taking a credit card here at
We do not
Fairfield?
take credit cards. They have it set up on their site that you would pick Fairfield County as your pickup location, and you can pay with credit card on there.
Oh, okay. Okay. So pretty slick and easy.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Now, one more question, Tommy. Sometimes you bring the craziest things to this show, and once again, you have outdone yourself with the flags and the trees, but now this big orange weapon, I think I should call it, because it does look like a weapon.
It
Hold
could
this-
be. I mean, it could be used
Oh my
as
gosh,
one in
it's
a
heavy.
pinch. It is heavy.
Oh, it's heavy.
It's solid metal. This is what we call the dibble bar.
Okay.
And this is designed specifically for planting these bare root seedlings.
Really? So, like, you just take this little crotched angle here, right here. Step your foot on that.
Yep, just step your foot. It's almost like a spade or a ditch shovel.
Okay.
For those of you that can't see what we're talking about. And you shove it in the ground and you just kind of rock it to create
Yeah.
a little pocket
Okay.
in the soil.
Yeah.
Stick the roots of the seedling down in there, and then you can either what they call heeling it in,
Yeah.
if you're heavy enough, if you got enough
Yeah.
weight to put behind your heel, and kind of smash that soil up against, or take the dibble bar and place it in the ground behind the roots, and then rock the hole closed.
Rock it closed.
And
okay.
that's kind of the idea behind it, to save you from having to dig with a
Yeah.
shovel.
And you've got that on this list.
And it is for sale. We do have several, 2 or
Okay.
3 that are available for borrowing.
Yeah.
But when we have 130 customers, those first 3 show up and want to borrow the dibble bar.
Well, I would
then
say
you
if
may-
you bought 200 trees, this might be a pretty good investment.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you
it-
say?
But you get people that order trees year after year, and this would be an investment. If
Yeah.
you're planting
Yeah.
trees every
Yeah.
year.
Wow. Do you sell very many dibble bars?
we might have sold a handful last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
And last year was the
That
first
was
year
the
we
first
offered.
Oh,
year.
that was the first year you
Mhm.
offered? Okay, so let's kind of wrap this up with Chris. Now, since you're kind of the brains of the operation for the tree sales, what I've been told. So, taking orders now
Yep.
through March the 17th.
Yes.
Pickup date
April
April
17th.
17th. But the goal for this whole thing is to get all your orders in pretty early. And how quickly do you know, Chris, what sells out? Like, does it take a while or?
It can take a while. It could be at the end and they say, okay, we ran out of this, so.
Okay,
Or sometimes they'll substitute certain things.
okay.
But I would probably get an order in before
Yeah, like this
a
river
week or two
birch,
before the deadline, yeah.
you know, like the river birch sapling or the redbud sapling. The quicker you get that in, the quicker you're gonna be
If you know
assured
what
to
you
get
wanna
it.
order, I would probably order sooner rather than later.
Sooner rather than.
And there's nothing to say that you couldn't submit a second order. So if you
Yeah.
had something that you know you want, get that order in now.
Now,
And then if you decide, I actually want 100 white pines later on, go ahead and submit a second order.
that isn't gonna be a problem.
That's
not
a
You'll just
problem.
group
I
those
just group them
orders and,
together.
okay, okay, perfect. Good deal. So my friends at Fairfield Soil and Water, the annual tree seedling sale. Now, when did this begin? How many years?
1967.
1967. So wow, a lot of years have gone by, and you don't want to take advantage of this sale. Applications or order forms are in the hallway at the Ag Center, or you guys have them down at your office, don't you, Tommy?
We have them at our office. You
They're
can go on
on
our
the
website
Okay.
or go to Licking Soil and Water's
Okay.
website to do the online order.
Somebody share with me your website for our listeners.
So it's Fairfield SWCD.org. So ORG.
Mhm.
Okay, Chris, if they have questions, can they call you?
They can call me, the number is 740-653-8154.
My good friends at Fairfield Soil and Water, Christina Holt and Tommy Springer, always a pleasure to share what's going on in the Ag Center and this 2020 tree sale. Don't miss it, and like Chris said, be sure and order very, very early.